All right. Cool. We can go ahead and get started. Although for some reason Twitch still thinks I am offline. So let's see if we can. Yeah, okay. Now it seems like it's online. All right. So let's go ahead and post this. All right. Just 1 second. Cool. So done posting. So we can go ahead and get started. So first thing first, I want to fix the Navbar here. So we should go here and go to the Navbar index. And I'll go to the Navbar locale, and I'll change the dead letter to be here. So this is going to be dead letter queues. And then I can remove the rest of the things here. And then I can remove that and put that as dead letter. And actually, let me focus on this here. And then here, this is going to be dead letter. And now that it compiles, I should see the dead letter queues here. Cool. So now I can go ahead and continue with doing what I actually wanted to do. All right. So now in here, what I'm going to do is look at my app directory. And I have some core and then a component, and then I have some system components, and I have tools. All right. So let's here go ahead and let's stop Google Photos here. Just one moment. I think it's messing with my upload speed. Cool. So then this is going to be here and here, and then we can change this and remove that one line down. Let's see that it still passes lint. It should. Okay. So now, if we go to the dead letter here, index.js, so here the workspace, what I'm going to do is load the queues. Now, before I actually go and load the queues, what I need to do is I need to have an Axios client. So let's go ahead and create this inside of app core modules, and then we'll create a core. So then we'll create a directory called megdir-p app. So src app modules core, and then we'll create a client. And then here we'll have an src app modules core client. We'll have an Axios, like a create client. Let's see, Axios client.js. All right, and then this is going to be export function get Axios client. And then this is going to accept the base URL. All right. And then let's see what we have here. Okay. So then this is going to be const of request, which is going to be axios.create. Oops, sorry, create. And then this is going to be base URL. And then headers is going to be this. So then we'll have authorization is going to be this. It's going to be bearer. Sorry. And then the bearer is going to be local storage get item of ID token. And then here, and then this is going to be here, and then return the request. Okay, and then this is going to be import of Axios. What did I call it? Get Axios client. All right, so get Axios client from app core client. And what did I call it? What did I call it? So let's echo this file name. Echo this file name. Come on. Echo this file name. So it's Axios client. So this is going to be Axios client. And let's do this. Let's make sure this passes. Oh, actually, I don't need that here. I need that in the actions. All right. So dead letter actions, and then we have an index. So that's actually needed here. All right. So then get Axios client is defined but never used, which is okay. And then we'll have a const client equals to get Axios client with environment dot Argus URL. And then it's going to tell me, oh, client is defined but not used, which is okay. And then what we'll do. So okay, so then this is going to be Q data is going to be this await of client, and then this is going to be this, right? And then we'll have a URL called API v1 and then Q. Okay. We don't have a wait. Okay, 1 second. Oh, this should be async. Okay. So now what? So now Q data is assigned a value but never used. So let's do Q data here. And then missing trailing comma. So this is a trailing comma. All right. So now Axios is not defined. Great. So then we'll have the dead letter client. Let's see what's going on here. Just 1 second. Okay. Um, so here it's going to be dead letter, actions here. And this is going to be import Axios from Axios. And I think Axios is defined but never used. Oh, it's not here, sorry. So Axios client here. So then this should be here. Now what? So string must be single quotes where? So Axios client. Oh, here. So this should be replaced this with this. Okay. And then again here. Okay. And then what? So here we need a space. What else? Local storage. Oh yeah, local storage, this. Okay, now we should be good. And what I'm missing right now is something here, right? So if we go here, then, oh, I see. So not found. So it's looking for this. So it can't find this Argus URL. So here, let's do console.log environment.argus URL, because I think it's just missing this environment thing. Okay, so let's do that. And I'm not getting anything. So console.log environment here. Let's refresh. Okay, so I see this, and I definitely see this as the Argus URL. So here, it's base URL is base URL, and actually should change this base URL here. This is what it's expecting. All right, so let's refresh. And then run this. And now we're good. All right, so we can see the state, and we can see the action here, and then the action has the data, and we have the data, and then we have the items, and then inside the items we have everything that we need. So we have the messages available and messages in flight, and we have all the items that we need. All right, so this works. All right, and then here what we can do is we can mutate this. So let's do that again, because I want to see how we want to mutate that. So now the action here, we have data, and then we have here, we have data, and then we have items. All right, so then here, the, I don't know, queues is going to be equal to data, so queue data dot items. All right, and then we'll rename the state, the action name as well. But first, let's see. So we have queues, and then we have all the queues. Great. So now here, let's have import load queues from here. So this is going to be action types.js. All right, so then src app modules, dead letter, store, actions, and then we're going to have action types.js. And then we're going to have export load queues equals to load queues. Okay. Export. Oh, const load queues equals to load queues. And then dead letter load queues is defined but never used. That's great. So here we're going to have a load queues. So then this should pass the lint. And now when I run this, I should see that the action has a type of load queues, which is what it's supposed to have. So we're good. We're good to continue. Okay. Awesome. So now what we should do is we should remove this from the dead letter presenter. We should remove this button. And then on component did mount, we'll call this dot props dot load queues. All right. And yeah, I need to remove this as well. So now this should actually become available once this is loaded, and it is. So we can go ahead and continue. Empty component self-closing. All right, this we can remove that. All right, let's remove this. Okay, cool. So now that we are loading the queues, what we need really is to have this. So inside of dead letter index, what we want is to have this dead letter equals to state.dead letter. So we have this. And then inside, let's take dead letter reducer and then the index. So then and let's import the action types. So then import load queues from store actions action types. Okay, and then if the action type equals to load queues, then return here return items. So action.items, like so. Right? I think this should pass. It doesn't. Oops, sorry. So here, let's go to the reducer. Items equals to action.items, and then let's have this as items equals to this, and then loading equals to false. And then here we'll have a loading equals to false, and then items equal to action.items. Right? What is now return state is returned. Yeah, so let's have this as returned state equals to this. And then missing semicolon here. Come on, all this linting. Okay, so now we should have a reducer. So when I refresh, I should see the state has a dead letter, and it only has a loading equals to something. It doesn't have items. And that's because it's called items equal to action.data. So I don't know if I want to call that, but for now it's okay. And then let's refresh. Yeah, so sorry, I missed Twitch again. Das fries, is this Node.js? No, it's React and Redux. And React is not just UI stuff. It's more than that. So then we have the dead letter. Why don't I have items? What did I call this in the action? So dead letter and actions, and let's go to the index. Oh, it's called queues. Oh, come on, items. And then let's call it items here, and let's call this, and then I need action.items here. And I think we should be good here. All these naming conventions threw me off. All right, so then this is items equals to action.items. And I think we should be good now. So if I refresh, I should see the dead letter, and then we have items, and then we have the loading as false, and then we have all of the items. Great. So now we should have a table displaying this. But before we have a table, let's fix our things. Oh, we don't really need that. So then let's see. I'm using some UI library here. So I'm using React Toolbox. So in React Toolbox, there probably is a table. So let's see if we want to, if you want to use that. Yeah, so there is a table. So then what do we have inside of table? So we have table, whatever, and then what's under a table? So table model equal user model. And then what is the user model? So user is user model, name equals something, Twitter, birth date, cats, active, and then users. And then on change, on select, and then source, it's .state.source. Okay. Why do I need this? Name equals, okay. So let's have this. And then we'll have, so inside of dead letter, inside of dead letter, inside of the presenter, we will have a const of queue model. I don't know if that's the right place. So we'll have a const of queue model. And then this will be name, which is, so what do we have in the queues here? I think we have an ID. We have a URI. Oh, we have a name, and then we have a messages available. So let's take this. So we have a name, which is, what do they call it? They have a type.string, type.string, and then type.number. All right. So then the type is string. Type is string. And then we have messages available. Yeah, we have a messages available, which is a type number. Messages available, which is a type of number. Okay. And then import table from React Toolbox table. All right. Table is defined but never used. Great. So then we can have this as a table. And then the model is going to be the queue model. Here. And then here. What do we have? So then inside of the dead letter index, we have the here workspace index. We have this. So this will be dead letter equals to state.dead letter. And then here we'll have like dot items, and then here let's have an items. And then here, the source will be this dot props dot items. We don't need the selected. We don't need this. We don't need this. We don't need this. And we don't need this. So let's see what we have now. We have it compiled successfully, but I'm not seeing the table. Why? So let's, we have the load queue. We have this in the state. So now let's go back to React here. And then in React, we should have this component. So we have this route. We have this connected. And then we have this theme table. And here we have items. So here we have a table. So items is an array here. So if I go to this dot props dot item, the items, I do see that. And then, yeah, something is off. So it's not showing the table here, although this dot props dot item is getting populated by what it needs. Okay, so then source, we have this dot state dot source, this dot state, and then we have source. Okay. All right. Not sure what's going on. So let's go to React here. And then we have this thing. So let's get our right component. So we have the route, and then we have the dead letter, and here we have the workspace. And then we have the items, and items is an array. So source is an array. And the model, we have a name and we have everything. So source is here. And here we do have a name, and we do have a messages available. So the table should definitely load. So table, class name is this, and then model is messages available, which is a type of number, and this, which is a type of string. So type equals string, and then type equal number. And this is what's coming up in the network as well. So items here. Let's see. Yeah, it's a number, messages available, and then the name. All right, so let's see. Name is this, Twitter, birth date, something, something, and then cats. And cats is a type of number, and name is a type of string. And what if I don't want all of it? Object describing a data model that represents each object in source. So do I really need each object in the source? What if I don't want the entire object? I just want to display some of it. All right, let's see if I describe all of it. Okay, so we have an account ID, which is a type of string, right? We have a messages in flight, which is a type of number. And then we have the URI, which is a type of string. Maybe it's the links that's doing this. It might be the links, because I have, for each object here, I have the links So we have the item, and then each item has the links thing, which is a child with messages, and then self. And I'm not sure if it's the case here. So maybe. So let's take the name and the messages available only. Okay. And then inside of our action, let's go here and say that here this should be available to like clean items. Okay. And then const clean items equals to queue data dot map queue, and then this will be, I don't know if I need to return here or not. JS map ES6. I don't think I need return. So we have this as a map, and then map. Come on. Map, let's see. That's not what I want. Prototype map, that's what I want. All right, so map. Yeah, all right, so I just need to return. So here, I basically just return the name equals to queue.name, and the messages available to queue.messages available. And I think this should be it. What am I missing? This is the function, and then this returns a hash. So what's the issue? So queue data. Well, I don't think I need to return. That's the thing. Do I need return here? I might. All right. Yeah, this is still not rendering, even though now, if I go here and I take this all the way to the dead letter, and then go here to the workspace. Yeah. No worries. I understand. So then here we have the source, and now the source is actually nothing. Okay. Why? Console. Okay, I see. So unknown props, model, source on table tag. Remove these props from the element. What? QData.map is not a function. Yeah, so it's QData dot items dot data dot items. Yeah. Okay. So then here, let's go to Redux, and we have items. So everything here, we just have the name, and the message is available. So everything here is okay. And then here in the React Toolbox, it just tells me that here table, the model, they just don't exist. What? So table, it tells me the model and source does not exist. React Toolbox lib table. What is going on? So here, unknown props. From React Toolbox lib table. Yeah, it's basically telling me this. What? So it's telling me unknown source model. But this is, I think, is coming from like the HTML. I don't think it's coming from like the React stuff from the React Toolbox things. So here we have the workspace, and then we have this. And the source is an array again. Don't understand. Type is a string, type is a number. Don't understand. So then we have the table. Yeah, so this is renders with the table and everything. Don't understand. Don't understand. All right, so then here, let's go. Just want to see something. Just checking another project that I have it. Okay. Oh, what? Table. Oh, I see. So basically I can do that and then just have table row and stuff like that. So I can remove this and then just have this and then have like a table head. And then here have a table cell like so. Right? So then this will be a table head. Right? And then here this will have a head cell theme.label call or whatever. And then this will be what is messages? Okay. So then hello world. Let's see what we have here. Index. We have this as format. So let's inject a locale here. But for now, you know what? For now, let's do something here. And then this will be the name. Right? And then we'll have this as the messages. So now this should actually render. With a table or not. Q model is not used, and then this will be import table from React Toolbox, and then table and table head and table cell. Now let's save this. Okay, so now this should refresh. And yeah, we have a name and we have messages. Awesome. So now what we need is what? A table body? Like a table row? I think so. So table row. Yeah, so table row and then table cell and whatever. So then here we'll have something like this dot props dot items dot map, right? And then here we'll have the item, and then we'll have render table row with the item. Okay, so then here let's have render table row with an item. Okay, and then here we'll have a return. And then we'll have a table cell with item.name or item.name, and then close out the table cell, and then another with the messages available. So return here and then here, and I think this should pass. And I don't think we need this here. In closing tag? What are you talking about? Yeah, so this should be table row. And then this should tab in, and then table row here. And now we're good. Table row is not defined, so let's table row here. Render, yeah, so render table row should be this dot render table row. Missing semicolon, line 35. What? So it should be return. And then where did I miss a semicolon here? 36, yeah. Okay, so now let's refresh. And we have our dead letter queues. So we have all of our queues showing up. Amazeballs. Okay. So now I think what I want is this to be selectable equals to false. Is it selectable? Yeah. Cool. So selectable equals to false. So now I'll have this. And then awesome. So we have our dead letter queues. And now here, what we'll have is this. So we'll have that, and then this will have like an href equals to this, and then dead. Sorry, so here it's going to be /dead letter $ item dot name, and it should actually go here, and then this should go here, and this should go here. Whoops, sorry again, and sorry again, and then this should go here, and this should close. Ahref equals to what? Should I do this? Probably. Yep. So now this should be links, and it is. And now I have it here. All right. Amazeballs. Cool. So now I have this, and we have the dead letter queues. And now what I want is first, let's have this and refactor this into a separate component, right? So then src components, so src app modules dead letter workspace or components workspace, and then here we'll have a table row or dead letter table row .js. Yeah, I think that's cool. And then this should be simple comp. So this should be just a function, and then this should be dead letter table row. Is this what I called it? Yep. And then this should be this. Okay. And then this should go here. This should go here. And this should go here. And then we should actually import this here. And we want the table row and we want the table cell. We don't need React DOM. We don't need component. So we can have that. And then we don't need the table row here, but we need to import dead letter table row from dead letter table row, like so. And then here we return the dead letter table row and item equals to item. And then indent this. Cool. So then here we need const item equal to props. And then we save this. And then this should go here. And what am I making working? Software engineer, but React, it's for websites. Well, React is not only for website, it's for, it's a really rich UI framework. Definitely not only for websites. What's the issue here? I clearly saved this. What is it? What's the issue? Fresh. Oh, Chrome crashed. Sorry about that. So localhost 8080 dead letter. Okay. So let's see what we have here. So we have missing space before parentheses. So this is the missing space. Or is it? And then line 8. So missing space here as well. Okay. So then here, and now this should render correctly. And now actually let me open up the Twitch board as well because my browser crashed. So let's see if we have something on Twitch. Okay, so I don't see anything new.
But I appreciate you coming out. Nearly 3,000 of you in the chat supporting the cause. Thank you.
So one thing I am missing here is this key equals to item.name because I want that to have a key. What is the issue here? Come on. Key is this. Is this what it's expecting? Okay. Refresh. Each child in an array iterator should have a unique key. Well, it does. Table row. Oh, so it's expecting the key here. Key equals to item.name. Okay. Fresh. Come on. Render. Why are you not rendering? Q. Why is it not rendering now? Is it because of this? Probably. Okay. React. And let's take this. And here we have the table cell. We have the table cell here. So where is this? So we have a selected. Well, I have the items. Why is it not rendering right now? Dead letter Q equals to item.name. And then what is the issue? Dead letter table row. Why is it not rendering right now? Theme, whatever, whatever. All right. I work for a company. Yeah, this is internal. This is an internal project for the company. What is going on right now? I'm confused. So this is the item. And item is part of props. What? What? Render table row. So render table row is being called here. And then let's do here. Let's do console.log with the item. Just to see if something is going on. So let's refresh. Yeah, I do see the items. Each child of an iterator should have a unique key. Check the render method of workspace. Okay. So then I have a key here, which is the item.name. Okay. Refresh. Now what? So error, unexpected console statement. Okay. So if I remove this, then it still doesn't return anything. So then here, let's go to Twitch. Oh man, you're so why are you hating, man? It's like I'm a software engineer in my core, dude. And software engineers do React. You're probably a C++ engineer or something. You know what I mean? Why the hate, dude? Table cell and table row, and then item equals to props. So then here, not sure why the hate, my man. My main man. Why the hate? Instead of hate, you should subscribe to the channel, man. Why are you hating? Okay. So now, why is this not rendering? My God. Div key equals to item.name. And then this should be a, you know, it's like item.name, whatever. And then say div here. Satorik, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Welcome. Right, so then here, let's remove this. And let's remove this. Yeah, it's like it's not rendering the table cells. Which is it's just not rendering. Each child of an iterator should have a key. but it's just stopped rendering. So let's see what's messed up. So this is the last time it rendered, right? Blackburn 1911, thank you. var that equals this. Well, you don't really have to do that anymore, to be honest. You know, I just don't think it's I just don't think you need to do that anymore. With ES6 and like dependency injection and stuff like that, I really don't think you need to do that anymore. So what? I don't understand what got screwed up. So then, what got screwed up, man? Module build failed. Syntax error. JS6 value should be either an expression or quoted JS6 text. So this should be here, which is okay. Which is the issue we had before. So now it's a JS6 valid syntax. So when we refresh, this renders. What? And then this should have a key, and then item.name is the key. All right. So then when we do that and we refresh, we have that. Okay. So now here, let's return dead letter table row. So dead letter table row with the key equals to item.name, and then item equals to item. Okay, and then do that. And then here, let's import the dead letter from dead letter table row. Okay. Blackburn 1911. Spence S is here. All the people. It's pretty awesome. So refresh. Missing. Table row is defined but never used. What are you talking about? Okay, here table row is defined but never used. Come on, man. This is bullshit. Presenter, missing semicolon. This is all bullshit. So then workspace presenter, line 15. 15. Missing semicolon. Why would I need a semicolon here? Then return here. Okay. So then here, line 17. Okay, so this is this. Okay. Come on. Line 20. Line 20 is missing a semicolon. All right, refresh. Nothing. What is going on? What is going on? Wow. What is going on? All right, so then this. I refresh. What? So here we have the dead letter. We have, all right, so let's do this. So then here, this is props.item.name, and then this is props.item.name, and then this is props.item.messages available. What is going on? This is ridiculous. Well, no, I'm not using create React app. This is an internal application structure, which we're gonna open source soon, but for now it's not. So I don't think I need a table body here. I just need a table row. At least from what I'm looking at, that's all I need. But for some reason, it's just not working. So I'm not really sure what is the issue. Yeah, so you see this file is being loaded. So when I have a table row here, and then I have a table cell, so everything here is good. And if I do console.log props here, then I should see here this in the console. And I don't. So I do see the no console, but I don't see the props, which can explain this. Export default function, dead letter, and then we have the props. All right, so let's do that. So yeah, I'm not seeing this logged in the console. What's going on? No, seriously. What's going on? Why is this not rendering? Well, I don't like to run prettier automatically. I don't like to run ESLint automatically. I like to be very deliberate about those things. And it usually means that I just go back to fix it. It doesn't hurt my workflow personally. So I definitely don't mind. I know some people do. I don't. And I don't like things running automatically. It's just like it messes with my mojo. So what is actually going on here? Because this is not being called. Let's do this. Yeah, something is off. So even now, if I refresh, it will not render. I'm completely lost of words. So this is here. No, seriously. Like Pixel Pro.co, do you see that? I mean, it's like a kid's stuff, you know? And it's like it's not rendering. So I have the return. I'm passing the item. And I can also pass like this with like the item, right? So I can also like flatten the item, but you know, I'm passing the item as item. You know, it's like, what is going on? Yeah. It's okay. So even that was the case before. So the function was this. Everything was like this before, and it's still like it's not rendering. And when I take the same thing from here, so the same exact thing, and I put that here, it will render. So if I import table row here, and then I remove this import, and I remove all the props because we don't need them here. Then it renders. Like, what the actual fuck? You know? This is it. What? You see what I'm saying? Like what's going on? So I take this, the same thing that's working before, and I take it here, and then I do here, I do const item equals to props, all right, just to flatten it out. And then here I import it. So import dead letter table row from dead letter table row. And then I do this. Dead letter table row and item equals to item. Then it won't render. What? What? Seriously, man. What is going on? Oh my goodness. Like, what? What is going on right now? Seriously. So let's do presenter here. And then here, let's do this and do this. And then take this here. Okay. So take this and then put this in here. So now it's like a full-blown component. And then import this and put it here. Remove this. And then this should be dead letter table row. And then this is dead letter table row. Okay. So this extends from component. And now here let's put 2 more spaces because we're like that today. And then here we'll put 2 more spaces because we're like that today. And then item. So const item equals to this dot props. And then line 8, we have a constructor here. Okay, component should be written as pure functions. I don't care. Line 10, we're missing this. Okay. So now refresh. Well, it's prevented the reload. So then here, let's have key equals to item.name, and then item equals to item. Okay, so then here, and then this is here. Okay. Okay, so now ESLint ignore line. How do I ignore line? ESLint disable line. Let's do that. Okay, so let's do that. And let's disable the line here for the component. So now it should be green. And we're good. You see? It's like it doesn't render. What? So now I want to take this, and then here, instead of calling the function, let's return it here. Okay? Like I'm at a loss, you know? What is going on? Hey Zemez, how are you? Okay, so now we should be green. We are. It doesn't render. Like What? So the only thing I can think of, really, the only thing I can think of is that it's this thing. So only, yeah, so this is really the only thing I can think of, that this table row will not render unless it's inside of a table. So it's really the only thing that I can think of. So if we do this tr and then td td here and then sorry, so td here and td here and then tr here, and we take this out, and then this is item.name. So now if this renders table row, what is it doing? Table cell and table row. All right, so this is table cell and table row, and then this should be like item.name. So another like item.name, just for a test. All right, so then if we refresh here, if this renders, then yeah, no, so it doesn't render. It doesn't render. So if we take this, okay, and we say this is a table, and we paste it here, and then this is a table, okay, so then what? Oh, we have to, so let's take this and let's remove this. So I think it's just this UI toolbox thing. Yeah, so there it is. So now it does render. So it's definitely something with the React toolbox. So if I go back here, right? If I go back here and I do this again, then it will not render. Or it does render. What is going on? What is going on? So it's definitely something with this React thing. 100%. What is going on? I missed where's the alert box? Levy TV, thank you for the follow, much appreciated. Oh, now I see that. Now I see that. Cool. Levy TV, thank you for the follow, much appreciated. Yeah, so I think it's something like this. This is really the only thing I can think of. You know? Yeah, now it doesn't render. Yeah, so it's definitely something like this, you know? There is no way it's not. Is there a table body? You think there is a table body? Table body. So then here we'll maybe have a table body, and then indent this another, and then table body. I don't know if it has a table body or not. Seems like it does. Type is invalid. Expected a string for built-in components. What? Type? What are you talking about? React create element. This is something I've seen before, I think. So first we can return to the pure function here, because there is no reason for this not to be a pure function. Okay. So React Toolbox. We have a table body. Scrolling in table, blah, blah, blah. Where is the table? So this doesn't seem like what I want. So we have a table test, and then here we have a table, which just like loads something else. So I don't know if it's like my, so GitHub. So table body. Yeah, so table cell. Yeah, so there is a table head, table row, and table cell from components table. Table cell, components table. So I see a table row, a table cell, table head. I definitely don't see a table body. So it doesn't seem like there is something here with the table body. So this is definitely something screwed up with the way React UI does the things. So okay. So yeah, we don't have a React. We don't have a table body. And then this will not render. No matter what I do, this will not render. So I don't know what it is, but it's something. And it's related to a React Toolbox that's not rendering a table row in its own component. So one thing I can think of is to have the table row here. And this is really dirty though. So then have the table row here, and then have the table row here, and then have the key here. You know? Key equals to item.name. And then have here only the table cells. But then I cannot have a table cell like this. So this messes things up. So what happens if I do this? And I know this is really messy, but I'm like, I just don't understand. Table row is defined but never used. So let's get rid of table row. And then here table row is not defined. So let's get table row here. I have used Material UI. I did. Yeah. So look at this. You see? So it's definitely something with a React Toolbox thing. Yeah, and it just doesn't like the table row to be outside. It just doesn't give me. It just doesn't render it. So now that the table row is inside here, table row, and then here, and I know it's like messy here, but you know, and I know it's probably not enjoyable to watch, but I'm like, you know, whatever. What's going on? Yeah, I'm using React 16. Table row. What's going on? Table row, table row. Oh, here. Table row here. This one. I'm using React 16. So yeah, I can actually return it in an array. So that's a good idea. Reload prevented. What is going on? So yeah, here. Come on. Why is this preventing a reload? This ESLint behavior is pretty much bullshit. Should have a unique key. So yeah, now key again, item.name, and then we're going back to not being rendered. You know what I mean? What is going on? So now here, let's do the table row. Yeah, that's it. You know, it's like that's it. So then key, this is item.name, and then here this is the table row, and then here, and then this I'll just comment on this in the code review. And then this is here, so we'll return an array, and then the array will be table cell, and then what? We need this, and then another table cell. Is this how it is, per.co, pixel per.co? Is this how it is? Exactly. This is what I'm saying too. Table row, so let's remove table row. So trailing comma, so we can remove here and put the trailing comma here. So now let's refresh. No, it's still, what? Okay, fuck it. Dude, fuck it. I don't care. It's like, what? So this is, yeah, I get it. So yeah, I'm going back to this, you know? It's like, it's not worth it. It's like, what? So yeah, and then go back here, and then this render. what is going on? Oh my god, man. It's crazy. Dude, this is insane. I'll spend like 20 minutes debugging this bullshit, man. Shit. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. You know? Whew. Wow, man. This is crazy. Wow. Just like, wow. All right. React Toolbox for the win, I guess. Okay. Which import? No, it's just I don't think it's the. To be honest, I don't think it's the import because you saw when I had a div wrap in it. When I had a div wrap in it, just added a div wrap in this, then it rendered. So it just doesn't make sense. When the table row was outside and the div was inside, it rendered. When it wasn't, then it didn't render. I don't know. I just don't understand how this. Don't understand how this thing works, and I don't really care, to be honest. Because all I wanted was just to not have this inside the same file, you know. But it's not worth it. Okay. So now let's add the actions here. All right. So then we're gonna have a table cell here, a table cell here, and then a table cell here, and let's have another one here. So this will be so now we need to actually import our internationalization. So let's have hello world index.js. So let's import the location here. Okay, and then come on. SRC app modules, dead letter workspace component workspace, and then have a locale dot YAML. Locale dot YAML. Yeah, locale dot YAML. So then here we'll have a locale dot YAML. So let's save this. And then we need the inject internationalization. So here. All right. And then this will be extend component. And now I need return inject internationalization. Right? So inject, yeah. So inject internationalization. Inject internationalization and return the workspace here. And now I basically have a higher order component. And this higher order component actually will get injected into this component. So let's look at Twitch. Troops12 is asking, how did you study React? Videos or books? So no, I didn't do any videos or books. I just built an app. I think Kbra is hitting the nail on its head. What happens is they just you know, books are just moving too slow. You know, by the time you print them, there's something new and there's a new, you know, way to do things. So I definitely don't think books are worth it. I think, you know, channels like this and videos and YouTube and blogs are the way to go today. So then this. Now, what do I do here? How do I inject something here? Because this extends component, and now what I want is the internationalization here. Cannot read property replace of undefined. Okay, so then here we'll have like here we'll have this, and then this will be delete. And the message will be to purge queue, and then let's call it purge. Okay, and then this will be to replay, and then this will be replay queue. Okay. So now formatted message. So formatted message. Okay. So then this. Okay. 28. All right. That's okay. But right now, what I'm looking at is how does this get injected? Because I know how it gets injected into pure components. So it gets injected this way into pure components. Basically, the internationalization is working here. And what I don't understand is how this gets injected into component like this, basically. So let's see, inject internationalization. So let's do that, inject internationalization, higher order component. Let's see what we have here. As a decorator, all right, so cannot use inject, so each, oh, that's cool. Inject with ref true. It's unclear what the semantics of decorators. Okay, so React Redux connect is a decorator, even just wraps the component. Export default, inject, blah, blah, blah. But that's not what I want. I want it as a component, right? Yeah, I want to hoist it, basically. And then this would be this. No. So then locale data equals to this. And then inject internationalization. Yeah, const component equals to this. Yeah, but then I want it to extend a component. You know what I mean? And if it extends a component, then what I don't understand is how do I decorate it with the component? All right, so then higher order component to format messages, blah, blah, blah. Let's see. Why is this even like, you know? Come on. Oh, I see. So then this one, const deprecated equals to blah, blah, blah. Inner component like this, and then equals to class. Extends component like this. Really? So then this const like this. Const workspace equals to internationalization. Like this, really? Okay, so then this will be something like this. No, I don't need this. So how do I do that? Do I do just this like FMT, and then this will be something like locale of purge, and then this will be locale dot replay, and then this will be this, something like this. I don't think this is valid syntax, to be honest. Okay. This should be under component dismount. Okay. What now? 11 expected parentheses around single function argument having. Okay, so this. And then 33 expected indentation of 16 but found 20. Why did you expect 16? What? Why did you expect 16? What? My God, look at this. Okay, so then let's do that. And then this will be here. And this will be here. And then, okay, now I see that. So then this is here, table, cell. Now I see what the problem was. Okay, and then table, cell here. And then this will be replay. And then this will be purge or whatever. Okay, so then this will be purge. Okay, so now line 59. Missing a semicolon here. Really? Okay, so let's do this and refresh. A workspace, a valid argument of null must be returned. You may have returned undefined, an array, or whatever. What? So yeah, now I think it's this thing. So internationalization here is just not getting called, or it's not being. So then deprecated. Can ramp the warning up to 11 and prevent deprecated component being rendered at all. So inner component. Okay, so this is so post date. Oh, is it injected to the props, you think? It might. So let's do that. Okay. All right, so then here, let's remove these. And then let's go to React here. And let's find this. And here in the workspace, I see internationalization. So yeah, so it's part of the props. Okay. So then here, in the constructor, props, we'll have this dot internationalization equals to prop dot internationalization, and then we'll have this dot fmt equals to props dot internationalization. Okay, and then we'll have this dot fmt for purge, and then for delete. Okay, so now let's refresh. Okay, so what is going on? Props. Oh yeah, props. Okay. Refresh. What happened? Props, props, props. This dot props equals to props. Really? Oh, we need super. Come on. We need super props. What? What? This dot fmt equals to this dot intersection dot formatted message. Oh, format message. Okay. Semicolon here. Line 61. We have an unnecessary semicolon. Okay. Now, let's refresh. Cannot read property message of undefined. Okay, so we have a purge. Yeah, so delete. So this should be replay. And now we should be good. Okay, so now we should be good. And we have a replay queue. Awesome. Now, what? Why do we have that here? We shouldn't have that here. Okay, I know why we have that here. Okay, so we should have that here. Okay, so then this should be here. Table cell here, and then another one here, just to have that aligned. Okay. Oh, now we don't have that here. Okay, so let's have this here as well. Okay. Okay. And then we'll have this purge and replay. And really what I want right now is to have a button. So hello world index, whatever. And then button from React. So we'll have a button here. Okay. And then here in the button, we'll have this. Okay. So then this will be an onClick equals to this dot handle delete with the item. So purge. So this should be handle purge. Okay. And then here this will be handle replay. Okay, so now let's have that. And now this become a monolithic component, but render purge. Oh, handle purge. So handle purge with an item, and then handle replay with an item. Okay, so now we should be good. And then FMT should be this dot FMT, and then this dot FMT, and good. Okay. So now let's refresh. Item is defined by never used, line 22 and line 26. So then we'll have an alert item, whatever, just for now. And then alert item, whatever, just for now, just to get over this ESLint type of thing. Okay, cool. So now refresh, and we have this purge queue and replay queue, and once I do this, then I get an object, and once I do this, then I get an object. Great. So now here, by the way, questions so far, people in the chat room? You've been very quiet today, and I think we have like 20 people in the chat room right now. So you shouldn't really be this quiet. So if you have questions, this is a very, interactive stream. So really feel free to, ask questions. All right. Questions about React, questions about career, question about whatever, just go ahead and ask if you want to. If not, then you could keep quiet as well. Totally fine. Okay. So then here we'll have this. All right, so now let's do this. And let's clean this up a little bit. So let's add this git commit -m initial version of the client of the view with the buttons showing. All right. And now here, src component dead letter. No, so src app modules component dead letter actions components actions. Come on, dead letter workspace. What do I have here? Or store, and then actions, and then purge queue.js. Okay. And then we'll have a load queues.js. Okay. So then actions index.js, and we'll have that in here. Export default const load queues. And then here we'll have this. Import load queues from here. Who followed? We'll see that in a minute. Load queues. I'll see that in a minute in the second alert box. Okay. So Mets W1729, thank you for the follow, much appreciated. And then export here. Export. Export. Can I do this? Export load queue from. What is going on? Unexpected token. What? So import load queues from this, and then export load queues. What is going on? How come this is now? Syntax error, line 4. So can I do this? Okay. So now here we'll do import load queues from load queues. And now line 5. So we should have that. Okay, so now this is good. Okay. Why is this not default? And then here, this should be here. Export default load queues. This seems like it's just missing every time that I do something. You see this? This is like the previous save. Yeah, now it's fine. You see? Okay, cool. So then we'll have a load queues. And now here, action types. We'll have a purge queue. Okay, so purge queue. And then we'll have a purge replace with a replay. All right. So now inside of our actions, purge queue, we'll have the same thing here, but with purge queue. And then here, load queues. Load queues will be to purge queue. Okay, so then this will be purge queue. And actually what I want is to import load queues from load queues. And then once I'm done purging, what I'll do is I'll load the queue again. Okay. So then queue data, await client. Okay. So then here, we'll import purge queue from purge queue. And then let's sort this and sort this, which maintain the order. And then let's do Axios delete. Axios.delete. Okay. Right. All right. I don't see any new messages. Purge queue is defined but never used, so I don't really need this. And then we're gonna load the queue. And dispatch is defined but never used. Okay. And actually, this is async. Okay. So we'll do that in a minute. So queue data, and then this will be So let's see here. So we have the get Axios client from Axios client, which is axios.create. And then Axios is here, and then create. Yeah, so we need just the method, right, basically. So then Axios method is get, and then blah, blah, blah. Right. So then here, this is method equals to delete. Okay. And the URL is the queue. And then we will have the, here we'll have the item.id or name, actually. Okay. All right. So then we'll have a client.this and then .then. And then this is the response. All right, so I don't really need the response, but then I will load the data. Okay. And then this will be item. Okay. Okay, so then this will be here. And then dispatch is not used. Okay. Okay. So now what I'll do is inside of workspace, we'll see who followed in a minute. Workspace index. Dirk Pitt 00. Thank you for the follow, man. Much appreciated. So then here we'll have a purge queue. And we will do purge queue here as well. So then this will be load queue, purge queue here from actions. And then we'll have a purge queue as well. Missing comma here, missing comma. All right. And then here in our workspace presenter, we'll have a purge queue. So then we'll have a this dot props dot purge queue with the item. Okay. They're not pink. They're actually like multicolors. And I do that because in the winter, my fingers get really, really cold. So then here. And my kids gave it to me as a present. So I gotta love it, you know? Gotta. All right, so then purge queue here. We have an Argus, blah, 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 failed. Header is not present on the request resource, so localhost is therefore not allowed to access the response. Okay, so now this is actually good. So here we have Arcadio. What? Arcadio? Okay, so yeah, it's okay. So then let's look at this. So let's look at this here. An error occurred, blah, blah, blah. So let's look at the headers. We have the nginx, we have delete, Argus with this queue. And then that's okay. And then we have everything that we need here. Okay. All right. So then we have Arcadio, we have the delete. Beware of this man. All right. So then here we have everything we need. Okay. So then here we'll have a this.props.purge queue, and here we'll have a this.props dot replay. Replay queue. No. It's just glove my kids gave me. They're like nothing. They're just like fabric gloves. Nothing special. They're not. They're just like. The thing is, during the winter and the fall as well, my fingers get really cold. This doesn't solve it completely, but it makes it a little bit better. I'm not using an IDE. I'm using Vim in the terminal. So replay queue, and then here we have a dead letter workspace index here. So we have a replay queue here, and here we have a replay as well. Replay queue. So let's sort these, and then let's sort these as well. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, the cold fingers is hell, you know. And however I hit the room, my fingers still are still cold, and it's like the thing is, this is my all right. So I'll show you. All right, so this is my left hand. This is my right hand. This is always fine. I don't know why, and this is fine, but then these two fingers, just these two, they just like get so cold in the winter, and even the fall, and these gloves just help, you know. They make me a little bit slower, a little bit more awkward on the keyboard, but they help, you know. And my kids gave it to me, so whatever, you know, it's like the best ever. So I'm just not typing fast enough. Exactly, it's making me awkward. So then actions and index, and inside here, let's do import replay queue from replay queue. Okay, and then this is replay queue, and then sort here. And sort here, which I think is still good, and it is. Okay. What is going on? Error can't resolve replay queue, so that's okay. So then let's go here to the actions index, and let's do that. So we have a purge queue, we have a load queue, and we have the action types. So let's go over to the replay queue. And then we'll have an src app modules, dead letter store, actions, and we'll have a replay queue.js. Rathed. I worked for two companies basically recently. So trip.com is a company that I worked for 6 years. I quit in February, and I now work for Globality. And I started Globality in March. So trip.com for 6 years, and then Globality for the last 8 months, I guess. Rathed, just with an extra D. Rathed. Okay. Rathed. Dude, please don't get offended. I'm really bad with like those Twitch nicknames, you know. Cool. So now let's do that, and let's go to the purge, and for the replay. So we'll have this, and we'll change purge to replay. Purge to replay, and then we have a replay queue, and this will be a post, and then Axios, It's just I just like it better. There is no real reason to do this. You can obviously call this dot props from the function. I just like I just like components to only call like functions above this, and even if this function is just a thin wrapper around this dot props, completely a preference. Completely a preference. Nothing really nothing special. Dirk Pete 00. This is definitely not an IDE. This is Vim, and it's in the terminal, and it's split with, it's split on multiple fronts. So here I have like a console, and I can split it again. I can split it again. So it's definitely not an IDE. So don't don't. All right. Yeah, no worries at all. I'm here to answer those questions. npm start. So I have that. And then I have this. All right. So then here I have that, and I have this, and I have that. And replay. So let's look at this Swagger definition. So Swagger UI. So let me look at Argus. API v1 Swagger. So let's take this. And I think it accepts a JSON with like the queue name to replay to. So let's do queue. And here we have a queue with a queue ID, and we have a patch. And I think this is a patch. So the patch with the queue ID, and then the new queue ID, which is a string. Okay. No, this is just console. It's not giving me any tips or any IntelliSense or anything like that. So here I have this for the replay. The method will be patch, and then Axios, JSON body. By the way, I have my so method, and then URL. Yeah, it's just a basic autocomplete, just a basic one. Axios method patch JSON body. And I don't have autocomplete by default. Options. Is this Axios? No, this is request. I don't know why this is. So then Axios.post. But I don't have this. I just have Axios here as the client. So how do I do the body here? How do I do the body? Axios.create. Let's see. Create. Axios.create. All right, so we have a base URL, we have a timeout, and then we have this. And then the available instance method are listed below. So when I do Axios.create, oh, I see. So there is this, and then I can do an Axios. Okay. So then here I can do client.patch, right? Yes, I can do client.patch, and then this is going to be the URL, and then anything I put here is going to be the body. Okay. So then here in the replay queues, I can do the same thing. And in the purge queue, yeah, it's just a second argument when you do that, but not when you do the method. So this is delete, right? And then this is going to be this. Right? So then this is going to be this. So client.delete. And then the load queues is going to be client.get. Client.get. Okay? So then this is going to be the client.get. And then the purge queue is client.delete. And then the replay queue is client.patch. And then here I need the new queue. Where is this? So new queue ID to be the new queue ID, which I'm going to do here. Okay. So now let's look at here. We have these Ariza dev, and I think this is it. Pilar, Diego, email sender, dev. Yeah. So I think all I need is to just remove one of this like dead letter queue. Okay. So how do I do like gsub in JavaScript? Dude, I'm rusty with like JavaScript. It's insane. So then const new queue ID equals to item.name.js replace string. I think it's replace. Yeah, I think it's replace. So dot replace with dead letter queue with this. Okay. So let's go here. We don't have any errors in the console. So the purge will do the delete, which is okay. And then the replay. Let's look at the network. So we have this, and this is the options, and then we have the patch. And where are the headers? New QID is Arcadio dev. Amazeballs. Okay. All right. Git add here, commit -m, and then dead letter queues working properly. Git push origin feature, adding dead letter structure. All right. What is the secret no one told you? All right, so then here. So we have the replay queue, we have the purge queue, and then reducers here. So once we do load queues, and we do purge queues. So purge queues, we do that, then we load the queues. Okay. All right. So here and here and here. So we have that. So we can actually look at that now. And what we want to do now is we want to look at the messages inside of the queues. All right. Cool. So let's go ahead and get started with that. Now, before we get started with that, I hope you guys will allow me. I have to get like a cup of coffee. I'll be back in like a few minutes. I want to get a cup of coffee. So let's put this. Getting a cup of coffee. We'll be back in a few minutes. Stick around. Okay. So I'll put a message up. And exactly, we need an Emacs thing to ignite a discussion here. So I'll be back in a few minutes. I'm just gonna go make a cup of coffee and get a fresh cup here. Coffee. All right, guys. So stick around, please. If you leave, I'll know, and I will come hunt for you. Wherever you are, you know? So it's better for you to stick around if you know what's good for you. Okay. So I'll be back in a few minutes. Stick around and discuss Vim and Emacs. And I'll put some music on. So let's do that. I am muted. Now I unmuted. Thanks. Thank you. Well, now I know you're watching. This was a test and you passed. Yeah, so yeah, now it should be back. Now it should be back. So you guys hear me now? Can you put like yes or no if you can hear me? Hello, hello. Let me know if you can hear me now. Yes, cool. Awesome. So now let's go here. And then now here we are, let's go to React here. And let's locate this thing here. So this workspace, we have, where is the router here? Oh, I'm drinking decaf coffee. I don't drink coffee, and you don't ruin it to me at all. I quit coffee a long time ago. I just drink like decaf, just to just basically to drink something hot. So I sometimes drink tea and I sometimes drink like decaf, but yeah, I don't drink like full blown coffee. Okay, so we have a match and we have a URL. Yeah, so I just do it for basically just to like drink something hot, and then it's like a refresh to my mind, refresh to my brain, and then I get up, I make the coffee, because you saw me, right? I've been doing this for 2.5 hours. I'm like on it, right? So it just give me the opportunity to go and get up and just like turn the kettle on and get some coffee and refresh my mind and my brain and whatever. Um, cool. Yeah, exactly. I haven't drank even the decaf. I haven't drank. My wife literally got me a fresh like pot, I guess, today, and then yeah, and then I just started drinking. Cool. So now, what I want is I want to create another component. Okay, so tree app, src app modules, dead letter. So let's see what we have here. So let's make dir-p src app modules components, or let's create a messages, and then components workspace, and then we'll create a store, and then here we'll create an actions and reducers. Okay, and then let's do a tree to src app modules messages. Okay, so we have components and we have the workspace, amazeballs. So now, oops, I stopped the npm. And then let's go here and let's start this. Okay. So then src app modules, components or messages, workspace, components, workspace, and then let's create an index.js here. And then comp index. And this will be messages. Okay, so we don't need actions here. We don't need bund actions creator. We just need this. Okay, I have used Mobix before. I like Mobix. I like it a lot, but to me Redux is nicer. src app modules, messages, components, workspace, and let's do presenter.js, and then this will be a presenter. Presenter. What? Presenter. Okay. So then this will be messages and messages here. And we don't need the styles right now. We don't need React DOM. Okay, so let's have ESLint disable line. And we can remove the constructor because we don't really need that. How long have I been using React? I guess about 2 years, but not daily. I do DevOps most of the day, and like server-side engineering. And I do React like once in a while. I guess once a month or so, something like that. So then let's go to main.js here. And then we're gonna import here. We're gonna import messages from app messages, and then this will be exact, and then the route here is going to be dead letter and ID, right? Yeah. So then here we'll have a name, and the component is going to be messages. Okay. All right. So then messages index.js. So we don't need React here, I guess. And then we need 4 lines. Okay. Missing space. So here we need a space, and here we need a space, and here we need this. Okay, so messages here is going to be this, and then const, so here, const messages equals to state dot whatever. Okay, so this will be undefined probably. And then dispatch here. Do I need that? I don't think I need that. So dead letter index here. Yeah, I just need that. So const. Yeah, so this will be this. Yeah. Okay. So what now? That's okay. I mean, I'm here for those questions, so don't worry about the questions. I'm definitely here for that. So don't worry about it at all. Let me meet you on the second floor here in a minute. One second. Let me fix this thing here. And is this the right height? No, it's not. Still too low a little bit. Then this is too low. And now I think we're good. I think we're good now. Okay. What am I building? So I'm working on this. Working. Okay. So Dirk, you haven't been here before, but I said I said before, and I will come back to that. So I've done Angular, I've done Vue, I've done what was it called? The one before everything started. Ron Jeremy Ashkenaz did Backbone. So I did Backbone before. And I think React is absolutely the best. So to me, once I've decided on that, I'm not concerning myself with whatever the neighbor has. So I don't really care about what Angular has and about Angular 4 and whatever. I just don't care. I don't think it's not nice. What I'm saying is that for me, once I've decided, I just don't care anymore. All right, so then this is messages presenter, and yeah, so this is MV here, MV this into SRC app modules, messages, components, workspace, presenter.js. Okay, so now this will become this. And then messages, presenter. So this will need to be 2. And of course, we don't need this 0, 1, 2, 3. All right, so then we need another one, I think. All right, let's retab this. And then this will be here, and this will be here. Okay. So let's see, it's compiling. Missing space before function, where? Workspace, so here in the render, okay. And then line 6, what is it missing? So it's missing a closing. All right, so let's hope that we are after everything, and we are. So now when I go to this and I hit this, then I'm in the messages, and I'm not supposed to see anything, and I don't see anything. Cool. So now inside of this component, what I should see, so if I take this and try to isolate this component, so provider, and then we have the route. Where is this route? Yeah, this one. So route, and then connect, and then here. So here in messages, I should see match, and then params, and then name. So this dot props dot match dot params dot name. Woo, that's a doozy. Should be the name. Okay, so then here, if I do this, all right, so then this dot props dot match dot params dot name should give me the queue name here. So it should render the queue name here, and it does. All right, so Arcadio, dead letter dev, it does. All right, so then main.js here. We have this, and this should go above the rest. So let's do that. So one of our apps is using TypeScript. This specific app is not using TypeScript. This is too small, but our biggest app is using TypeScript. I like TypeScript. You know, our biggest app. This is an internal app. Yeah, you know, I don't think TypeScript prevents bugs. It just prevents stupid bugs. Okay, so now we have the messages. So here we'll have the component did mount, and then we'll have this dot props dot load messages, and this will be const name equals to this dot props dot match dot params. All right, so then this will be the name. Okay. So then we'll have this, and this will be src app modules, messages, store, actions, and then we'll have load messages.js, and then we'll have this one here. What? Tree. We have a store. Yeah, so this is stupid. So then here, this is store and actions. Make dir -p, and then reducers here. So now this can save, and we'll have an index.js, and then import load messages from load messages, and then export load messages, and I think we need that here and that here. And then this will be actions, load queues. So this will be here. And then this will be load messages. And this will be here. Load messages. And then we'll have action types. And then export const load messages equals to Toxic Twin. Thank you for the follow. Load messages. All right. So then we'll have here, this will be load messages. And then here we'll have queue. And then this will be name. Let's make this queue name. Queue name. All right. So then here we'll have this. And then here we'll have queue name. And then messages. And this will become messages. All right. So I don't think we need the clean items anymore, by the way. So I think here we can do queue data dot items, and we can remove this. Okay. And then we have this, and then this will be load messages. And this will be messages to messages dot data dot items, I think. We'll see that in a minute. Okay. So then here we'll have the messages index.js inside the workspace. So we're gonna import load messages from app messages store actions. And then here we'll have load messages. Okay. And then here in messages presenter, const name. Why is this thing? It should be this dot name. What's the issue? This is a reserved word. This? Where is this? What's the issue here? Line, load messages, line 4. So this is dispatch here. Okay, expected parentheses around singular. What do you want from me, man? So then here, ESLint, disable line. It's for now. And then what? Unexpected parentheses, load queues. Oh, so this is not the one. So let's go here. Load messages here. So this should just be queue name here. Okay, so what now? Let's recompile. We should be good, actually. We should be good. We are not. So let's see. So workspace index line 4 absolute imports. So messages presenter. No, messages index inside the workspace. So this should be here. Line 4. This should be here, and this should be here. Absolute import should come before a relative import. What? This should be here, and this should be here. What? Line 4. Okay, got it. So then this should be here, this should be here. This is awkward. And then messages presenter line 6. Semicolon. Fucking bullshit. Okay, let's refresh. And in the network, we should see it loading the messages. All right, so messages, we have a 404. So let's look at the Swagger definitions. Oh, message. So it's not messages. Why is it message? This is awkward. All right, so message. So now it will refresh. And should read message, and then it should actually do what it's supposed to do. So let's go. I don't know why it's so slow. Yeah, message 200, and we have a preview, and then we have no items. Okay, cool. So let's look at something that does have items. For example, this with the Babylonia. Actually, let's look at one that has like 7. So then common, and then this is message, and then we have an items, and great. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So now we dispatch, and then the messages. Great. So now let's create a reducer. src app, modules, messages, store, reducers. Let's call it just index.js, whatever. And then reducers to index.js here. And then here, this should be load messages. Okay. And then this should be items, and then loading should be false. And then this would be load messages. And here, what should we have? So we have headers, and yeah, we just have items. So this will be just messages.items. Okay, so save this, and then this is action.items. Loading is false, and then load messages. So we should have that in the state as well. And this will be a messages reducer. And inside of our reducer.js, we will import that. So reducer index.js. What? Where is the reducer? Root reducer. There it is. Root reducer. So we'll import messages from app messages, and then we'll have messages here. So now this is supposed to be connected to the state. So if we go and we look at Redux, once this loads, let's look at Redux. I don't know why this is so slow. Should be instantaneous. So we have messages, and inside of this we have items. Okay, so let's look at the actions. The action is load messages. Right, so just 1 second. So here, this is the action. Okay, so messages and then action. index. What? Action. Messages, store actions, and then load messages. So there it is. It's messages.items. So then this will, let's look at the network here. And message returns dot items, and then inside of items there's everything. So then this is messages. Oh, and then inside of the actions, yeah, so this should be items, or actually messages. And then in the message reducers, this should be items, and then this should be action.messages. Okay, this is a real project. This is a real project for an internal application that's going to be used by engineers. So it's not a just for the stream. This is for work. So Redux, state, we have messages, we have items, no. So actions, I only see the type in the actions. So the items here, they just don't work. Yeah, so it's just loading the type. It's not loading these messages into it. All right, time to debug. Time to debug. So source, and then let's look at this. And then we'll have here, we'll have a load messages. Okay. So where is this dispatch? So there it is. This is the one. So this is what I want. So I'll put a breakpoint here. And then I'll refresh. And now it should hit that breakpoint, and it does. So then messages. Oh, I see. So it's data.items. Okay, got it. So it's always .data. So yeah, so it's .data.items. Okay, so now I can remove this breakpoint, and now it will work. So now if I go to the Redux, it will actually be the right store. So let's look at that. So the state, no, it's still not. Oh my God. Okay, so then this is the action actually has some messages. Okay, so then oh, here. So then this will be sorry. So this will be messages, I guess, and then this will be, well, I don't know. It should still be items. Messages, yeah. So load messages, faction.type equals load messages. So why is this not attaching to the state? So if action.type equals load messages, and it should. Oh, I see. So this is app messages here. Okay, so now the reducer is great. And now if I refresh, the state should be correct, and it is. So there is the items, and we have all of our messages. Okay. So now messages, presenter, presenter.js. So we can import queues, presenter, dead letter, presenter here. So we can import this. Okay, so we can import table row, and here we'll have a table. And here we'll have a table row. And then here, this will be here. This dot props dot what? This dot props dot what? So this should be in the state already. So messages, we have messages, state, okay. So then here, messages index.js in the workspace. So we have messages, this dot state dot messages. So here, this should be items, and then this should be items. Okay. And then this should be removed. Okay, so let's refresh. Expected token. I don't understand this, to be honest. Oh, damn it. I know what I did. So stupid. This. Okay. All right. So then here we'll have this. So we'll have a table. And then we'll have this dot props dot item dot map. Okay. And then we'll return this dot render item with item. Okay. And then here we'll remove this. And then we'll have a render item with return of table row, and then table cell, and then this will be item dot. Let's look at the network here. I think it's message. So we don't need table cell, we don't need button. We'll need table row, table, and table cell. So then 5 lines down, this should be here. Okay, I think we're good here. Item is not defined, line 19. Yeah, so item should be here. And then line 23, missing a semicolon. So let's put the semicolon here. Now what's going on? Okay, so let's refresh. What? Yeah. Thank you, Binary Sloth Tree. Okay, so message, and then inside the items, I have a body. So let's do this. This is a body. Body, and then the table is selectable equals to false. Let's refresh, and now we should have the messages, And we do. Bye-bye. Sorry, my daughter. All right, so then let's refresh here. Did you hear that? All right, so then she came in, she opened the door, and then she said bye-bye, and she left. Okay. Cool, so let's see this, for example. This should be a good stress test. And I see the message, it's pending, 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 and now it's here. And now it's like 400 messages.
Yeah.
Or Jarmahent, subscription. Thank you, man. Thank you for that, dude. Thank you. I was sure you're already subscribed for some reason, but I guess you're not. Alrighty then. So here, so here I need the key. So key equals to item dot, let's see what we have here for an ID. So let's look at that. Well, I know now you are, but for some reason I thought you were already subscribed. So message, and then let's look with the items. Let's see what we have here. So we can use the receipt handle, I guess. Yeah, let's use the receipt handle as the ID. I think that's a good one. Good night, man. Good night. Thank you. Okay, so then here, this will be this. And then this will be here. Okay. So now when I refresh, should compile, and we should have no errors. So now git st, git add, and then git commit -m. Messages are now loaded as well. Feature dead letter. Git push origin. Feature dead letter structure. Adding dead letter structure. Cool. Okay, so that's it for now. Yeah, this was fun. And I'll be back online probably around 8 p.m. PST today. So keep an eye, and I'll see you later. Any questions before I go? Any of you have any questions before I go? No questions? Okay. So what I think I will do I can like shut you down so easy right now, but I will let it go. I will let it go. I can shut you down so easy, but I will let it go. But what I'll say is this, right? Don't like say things like that on stream, because you never know what people, you know. I don't know. I won't shut you down, but it's okay. I know you're just trying to be funny, so I won't like shut you down. Okay. So I'm like thinking maybe I should just like go ahead and just continue to work on my side project now, or should I like take a break and then do it later? Just have dinner. I know, dude. I know. Don't worry, dude. That's why I'm saying, no hard feelings at all. But I know you're trying to be funny. It's just like, it's okay. Don't worry about it. So yeah, I think I'll just shut it down. And I will be here around 8 p.m. PST, so in about an hour and a half. And we'll have some fun. All right. So keep an eye out, and I'll probably be online in about an hour and a half. So peace, and catch you later.